Hello, welcome to the demo of Basecamp Personal Tracker on Windows Phone 7. We'll start. When you first start up, you'll receive this notice with some important information you'll want to read on your first startup. So this can be disabled once you've gone through it for the first time, and you'll probably want to do that. So you'll see here we come to the GPS detail page or section, and details your longitude, latitude, speed, course, altitude, as well as the status of location service data. And you'll see the tile down at the bottom. That indicates whether or not you have GPS data currently available. Yellow means it's obtaining data. Green means data is actively available. And red indicates that there is not currently data available for your GPS location. So we'll scroll over here, and you'll see location on the map, and we'll go on to the next page. This is where you'll want to go the first time you start up, and you'll want to go into the how-to section here, and it'll give you some important information on what different colors mean, what the base point pin, what the different colors indicate, whether you're with the active Basecamp set or not, and so on. So you see there's a little bit to read, and we'll go back. So the next place you'll want to go to is into the settings. Here's where you'll fill in your full name that'll be displayed if a notification is sent to someone, your email address, the email address that it appears to come through, the email address of the person that you're sending a notification to, and finally the notification message you want to be displayed to the person that you're sending the message to. And in addition to this message, also included will be the GPS coordinates of the Basecamp point that you started off from. Basically, this is where you set your Basecamp as, and it tells the person that's receiving this notification that this is where you started off from. Also included in the notification message is going to be the GPS coordinates and location of where the message was sent from. So this will give the person an idea of where you are whenever you ran into trouble. So we'll go on and go to the next screen. Here you'll see that there's some settings that kind of help you customize the application to your preferences. First is the app launch notification. You can turn it on or off. You'll probably want to turn it off after the first time. Now the next two, you really may or may not want to modify. The second one is run app under lock screen. This is required to be turned on in order for the application to keep an active track of you whenever the screen is locked. So we do not suggest turning it off. The next one is lock screen when idle. This can either be on or off. It's really going to be your personal preference as to whether or not you want to look at the information and have it actively available while you're on your track. Turning it off, having screen lock turned on when idle will help you conserve your battery by reducing the power consumed by the display. The next two is map panning plus zooming, and that is off by default. And the next one is map type. you can either select the road map or a satellite view map. By default, it's the road map because this typically is going to consume less data bandwidth. So we will go back, and here we are. Now the next spot is actually going to be setting up your base camp, and you do that by going to that base command button. So you'll see here that it has our latitude and longitude included, and then you have your date and the time, and these are the date and the time of when you expect to return to your base point. So we're going to set that, and you'll see it comes up here with the time picker. So we're going to go ahead and say that it'll take us an hour to come back. So I'm going to say OK. And instead of our default email and notification, we could specify a custom email and a custom message. And these will override the settings that you have set up whenever you first set the application up. And you may or may not need to do that. And if you do, you will want to be sure to enable each one of those. This ensures that you don't accidentally type a couple of spaces into either one and inadvertently not have someone to send it to, or have it sent to a blank email address, or have a blank message sent. So we'll turn both of those back off. And the next thing you do is you will want to click set your base camp, and at this point your base camp is set. So we're going to hit the back button here. Brings us back, and we're refreshing the GPS data, and there we go. As you'll notice here, our base camp is now set. And at this point, you have 5 minutes to leave the base camp area. Basically, you need to be 15 meters or 45 feet away from the set your base camp. So that's a quick demo of how to use Basecamp Personal Tracker Assistant. One quick note is, if you when you return to Basecamp by the time you said you would, this pin will update to a status of returned. If you do not, it will turn yellow, indicating that you did not return, and at that point it will start attempting to send a message that you sent the notification message to the person that you specified to send it to. And this will occur as soon as a network is available. So that is it. And if you have any questions, please email us at mobiledev@d-butler.com. That's mobiledev@d-butler.com. Thanks, and hope you enjoyed.